Okay, so this is the ECDL walkthrough example for PowerPoint. I'll attempt to ask a question, and then if you refer to the Word document that you should have in front of you, which is the orange task walkthrough, there are 49 little tasks to be done. Should take about 45 to 50 minutes. I'll try and attempt to do the task and then give you a chance to have a go yourselves. Okay, so question number 1 on the ECDL walkthrough example, the orange task. Number 1, create a new blank presentation. Open up PowerPoint, should be open, and click on blank presentation. If this is open, it's file and it's new, and you choose this blank presentation there. Okay, question number 2, add an image of an orange so it will appear on every slide. This is Slide Master, okay, one of the definite questions that they will give you. So it's wanting you to not put a picture on slide 1 or on every other slide if there's 2 slides there or 3 slides. It's wanting you to put it onto the Slide Master, so it automatically is added to kind of like the background theme of the slide. So you need to get a picture of an orange and you need to put it in your pictures area. In the exam it will be on the Z drive. You need to go to View. You need to go to Slide Master, and it will default down to one of the slides, not the top one. In order for the image to be placed on all slides, you need to place it on the top tier slide in Slide Master, not the second one down or the third one down, the top one. It will apply the image to all the different layouts. So like you would any image, insert, picture, okay, find the Z drive, which should normally be in computer, and it's usually up here. Alright, mine's called a C drive, but yours would be the desk drive. I'm going to just get the one that I put on, which is hopefully here. There's my oranges. And hopefully there's my orange. Okay, the question says just put it on the so it appears on every slide. I'm going to put it in the bottom right hand corner, okay, so it appears on every slide. Every slide. Alright, close down your Slide Master. Okay, now if you've got more than one slide, it should now appear, and importantly that image is no longer editable. I'm going to do a question that isn't on the sheet of paper, which sometimes they ask. Okay, so I'm going to show you one of the questions that they always like to do is to remove the image, okay, from slides 2 and 3. So I'm just going to get it set up. Okay, if you watch what I'm doing, you'll see how they've set that up. Okay, so on my slide 1, which is a title slide, 2 and 3, and every other slide I put on there now will have the orange. So the question will read, remove the image of the orange from the bottom right hand corner of slides 2, 3 and 4. Obviously I can't get rid of the image off the slide, so I need to go into the View and go to Slide Master, and where it was normally on the top one, they have cheekily put this image on the 3rd slide down, which is the second default. It's the Title and Content Master. So even if there were images of oranges on here, you would need to remove it from this layout. So press delete. Close the Slide Master and it now disappears. Okay, there's one on this one for some reason, I don't know why. Let's check again. Okay, so I'm just going to put that back on, like I said, keep on task with what we're doing. I'm just going to put the Slide Master top one and paste the image into the bottom right hand corner and close the Slide Master view. Question number 3. Add the text, everything you need to know about oranges, to the title placeholder. So on slide 1, okay, I'm just going to get rid of these, we don't need them anymore. On slide 1, add the text, everything you need to know about oranges. Okay, make sure you spell things correctly and make sure that they are case sensitive according to the question. So you can see everything you need to know has a capital E and a capital O. That's enough. Okay, click off it. Question number 4. Capitalise each letter using a specific tool. So if I now either select all of the text, or it's much easier if I click on the box at the top. If you just watch the dotted line around the outside of that placeholder. The placeholder is the box where I've written something in, or put a picture, or put a graph, or put anything. If I just click on the top of that box, it becomes a solid line. I get format, and I also can use these. Now if we've done the word exam, which we should have done, we would know that there is a special tool, which is this little a, big A, change case, which allows us to select text and change either to sentence case, lowercase, uppercase, or capitalise each word, which is obviously what the question asks. So now E, Y, N, T, K, A and O are all capitalised. So that's capitalise each letter using a specific tool. Okay, it's supposed to say capitalise each word, not letter. Okay, if it's each letter, I would need to do capitalise all uppercase, like so. Question number 4. Delete the subtitle placeholder. So the one below is the subtitle. It says click here to add subtitle. Let's click on that, press delete, and that disappears. Question number 6. Add your name to the footer of every slide. So there are a couple of places we can do that. We can do it in File and Print and Edit Footer. Okay. We can also do it, I think, in Insert, Header and Footer. So there are 2 places you can do this. Okay, it doesn't matter which way around you do it. You can click on the header and footer in Insert, or you can go to File. I'm going to do it both ways. Okay, so I'm going to do the header and footer. We get this same box come up. There are 2 tabs. One is Slides, one is Notes and Handouts. If we want to add the header and footer to Slides, we do it to the Slides section. Tick the footer box and type your name. Okay. Obviously in the exam they'll give you a specific word or phrase to place in there. And apply to all slides. I'm going to show you the second way. File and Print, Header and Footer. You can see the footer's already been ticked and you've got your name on it. And we can edit that there and apply to all slides. Okay. Question number 7. Add automatic slide numbering to every slide. Again, in the same 2 places, in the header or in the File Print area, header and footer, we can tick the box that says slide number. Apply to all. Okay, whether we're in the header and the footer, slide numbers ticked. There's also date and time for future reference, and it generally automatically updates. So again, with the Word one, if you don't have that ticked, it will just put the date today on. If it's automatically updated, when you open the document, it will put the actual date on. So let's apply to all. So now on that slide we have date, name, page number. Question number 8. Change the user information of the presentation software to AN Orange, including the initials. User information, File, Options. User information is here. It would like you to change that to AN Orange with AN as initials. Okay. I'm going to cancel that because I don't want everything that I write to have my name A and orange on, okay? And I suggest you do the same. As long as you're happy that where we go, which is File and Options, and it's the same as the Word and it's the same as the Excel question, so you must be able to do that by now. Question number 9. Add a title content slide without right-clicking. Okay, in Home, add a new slide and choose the title content one. So again, these little arrows to the sides of each of the main area are our absolute friend. Okay, make sure when they come alive you can click on all of these little drop down menus. It gives you so much more choice. So click on new slide, drop down menu, title and content. If we don't click on that drop down menu, if we just click in the middle, it will give us a title and content slide in this case, but remember the question might not be that. If that's a different layout, then you need to change the layout, and we can do that by clicking on layout drop down menu. Okay, so we've got a title and content in. Question number 10. Add the title Oranges Are Best. Change the case to uppercase. Okay, like we've done before. Edit the title, question 11, edit the title placeholder in 3 different ways. So again, this is where we need to get used to getting the mouse clicking on the box somewhere, and instead of trying to highlight it, try and get the arrow key so that when we select it, we actually select the placeholder. Now we can change everything inside that placeholder in 3 different ways. So I'm going to change the text to purple. I'm going to change the font size a bit bigger. I'm going to center it. I'm going to go to the drawing tab here, which has got some drop down menus, which brings it to the side, and I'm going to use a fill, solid fill, and change it to orange. I can even do the transparency of the colour to 46% and add a line to the outside, make the solid line and make that solid line red, and if I scroll down, make the width of the line 2.5 and the style of line to be a double. Okay. Okay, so there we go. I've edited that placeholder in more than 3 ways. Question number 12. Add a hierarchical organisational chart to slide 2. So an organisational chart is a smart art. It's not a graph. Okay, so if we go to insert, because it says chart, you might think to stick one of these in. We just have to remember that phrase. The hierarchical organisational chart is a smart art. We have to remember that. So here's hierarchy. Here's the organisational chart. There are a couple, but that's a picture one. That's a name and title. So if they ask for a hierarchy organisational chart, it's that one. Click OK. That pops up. Okay. Question 13. Edit the names of the shapes of 5 different fruits. Always edit the shape, the chart, using the text pane. And if you accidentally close that text pane down, it's here on the left hand side. It defaults because I've clicked on the chart, so I'm actually in design here. So there's the text pane. Okay. If I accidentally close that down and click off the organisational chart, you see that those 2 things disappear. If I click back on it, I get them back. I can go to design and switch my text pane back on. Okay, so this is where you would write your oranges. So I'm just going to put oranges in there at the top. I'm going to put apples there. I'm going to do kiwi, pear and cherry. Okay. So they now appear in the order that I put. But you need to delete the assistant shape. Okay, now the assistant shape in this section is apples. Okay, and again, everything needs to be done in the text pane. So don't try and delete it on the shape. I'm going to hide the shape so you can't see it. We've got the assistant, it's got this funny little bullet point that doesn't look the same as all the others. So to delete it, we would click on it, press backspace until it goes to there, and then backspace again, and it disappears. Let's have a look at the impact of that. We've now got oranges, there's no assistant, kiwi, pear and cherry. Promote the orange to be the best fruit. Well, I've already got that, okay, so I've done it the wrong way around. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete the orange and get it so maybe kiwi's at the top, and then I'll show you how to do it, okay. So if I promote them, move that down and demote, okay. So if you've written it that way around, kiwi is at the top, we want oranges to be the boss at the top of the pyramid. Here's the text pane, here's how we do it. The first thing we need to do is move oranges up to the top, okay, and then what we need to do is we need to promote and demote, or move down and demote any other fruit. So I can show you that again. Okay, orange is at the bottom, so we need to firstly move it up so it's below kiwi. We then need to promote it so it's level with kiwi. We then need to go to kiwi and move it down, it pops to the bottom, and then we need to demote it. In essence, you need to make sure that all three of these, pear, cherry and kiwi, are level and also to the right of the higher version oranges. Let's have a look how that looks. Good. Question number 16. Add a 2 content slide to slide 3. So new slide, 2 content box becomes slide 3. Question 17. Add the title images of oranges. Images of oranges. Insert the same image on both sides. So I'm going to use the same image I've got. I'm going to go to the left side and click insert, choose pictures and choose the oranges one. Insert. I'm going to go to the right side, go to insert, choose pictures and go to the right side and insert. Same picture both sides. On the right image, flip the image along the horizontal. So I want these 2 pictures to look like they're a mirror image of each other. At the moment they're just side by side. If I click on the right image, format pops up at the top, which it automatically does, so when I click on it I should be automatically in format, and we can rotate the object. If I use the drop down menu to the side of rotate rather than clicking in the middle of it, so just where my mouse is right now there's a little black down arrow, click on that and I can flip along the horizontal. That now makes those 2 images look very similar but a mirror image of each other. Add a border of weight 2 points to both image. So again, as we click on the box we get format and we should be able to add a border to it. In picture borders, just below format, we get a drop down menu. We're able to choose the colour. We're also able to choose the weight. What did I say? 2 points. More lines if you get 2 points, which isn't available. Gives you this box here, of which we can change the width to anything we want. So it's a 2 point width, black, solid line. We can change the style if we want. If we hover over them, it tells us double, thick, thin, thin, thick, triple. Okay, but we'll just stick with the bog standard one. I'm going to close this box down on the right hand side because we need to learn to get used to it. So how to get it up: format, picture border, go to weight, immediately go down to more lines because we know we don't have two. The fill is to do with the actual fill of the picture, so leave that alone. The line is to do with the border. Let's go solid line. Let's change that to 2, exactly like we did on the other side, and let's make sure that it's still black, which it is. Okay, close that down. Question 21. Insert a title and content slide after the title slide. So the title slide is this one. So how do we get a slide in between those two slides? If we click on the top one and go to new slide, we can add a title and content slide, and it pops below it. So I'll show you that again. Click on the top slide, we want a slide to go below, click new slide, title and content. Add a title, orange, continued. Okay, make sure we're still happy to be able to do the editing. So let's choose one of the top ones. It's not on the piece of paper. Let's do all this as case sentence case. Let's make sure we can do a fill on that. Let's make sure we can do an outline on that, weighted to whatever you want and whichever colour you like. Let's make sure we can align that to the centre, and maybe make it italics and possibly bold, and even underline. Question 23. Insert a column graph. Edit the data to show fruit numbers and numbers with the orange graph being the biggest. Okay, so we now need to insert a graph. So we've got table here and chart here. You could go to insert, but if it was me, I would make sure that you only use the insert button to remember the smart art one. And I think from this point on, you possibly need to use this icon here. Alright, but either way is good. It wants a column graph. Here's the columns. You get a choice. Here's the first one, cluster, stacked, 100% stacked, and then these are 3D cluster, 3D stacked, 3D 100% stacked, and this is 3D column. Let's just choose the first one, which is a 2D cluster column. Click OK. What should happen is Excel opens up. There we go. So we get a mini Excel document here. I'm very quickly going to change a few of these details, like it said. You won't have to write this out in the exam as much as we're doing at the moment, but let's just get some practice. Okay, so edit the data to show fruit and numbers. So what we're going to do is we're going to put pear, orange, apple and kiwi. Okay, just going to change series 1 to cost and series 2 to sales. Okay, now at the moment, if I just show you that graph, we've got our chart, but we've got series 3. You can see that. So it shows series 3. Now we don't want series 3, so this grey bar that we've got needs to go. So I'm now going to show you how to remove some data from there. Okay, so I'm going to click completely off the graph, click completely off slide 2. I'm going to click back on slide 2, click on the graph, and see that you've got design and format pop up. If we click on design, we can now go to edit data, which brings us our little Excel document back up. As we've done a bit of Excel, we should know that we can select that and we can delete it. I don't think at this point right clicking is a problem. So we can right click on it and delete column 3. it did say that it wanted oranges to be the best. So let's make oranges 2.5. Let's make that 5.5. And then let's make the sales, right, sales 4.4 is better. Okay, so let's close that down. Okay. Okay, just got it back, accidentally deleted the entire thing, redone it, not a problem. So, where did we get to? We got rid of the sales, I've clicked off it, and what we can now see is we've got rid of the Series 3 that was on the bottom. We should be able to edit both individual sets of that graph, by the way, like things like the title, so question 26, oh no, sorry, question 24, edit the graph to be a bar graph. So we should be able to now change things like the chart type. So again, clicking onto the graph, into design, which it should also automatically default into, and change chart type. A bar graph is like a column graph but is sideways on. So change that now to a 2D cluster bar chart. We should be able to edit things on there as well. So we need to be able to add things like adding a chart element. The one that they like the best is the data labels. Inside, base, center, it doesn't matter. They might also ask you for axis title along the horizontal, and both the chart title and the axis titles are all editable. They're editable simply by clicking on them and then typing. Okay, so you don't need to do any faffing around with trying to delete what's already in there. You just click on it and type. We should also be able to edit some of the colours. So if we click on the blue graph, you see all the little balls that surround the blue graphs. Yeah, we should be able to change those colours. Okay, by going to Format and using Shape Fill. So let's shape fill that to yellow. If I click on it once, it selects the entire series of bars. If I click on it again, it selects just one of them. Show you that again. So if I click on the yellow one once, it selects all of the yellow ones. If I select it again, it selects just one. So I can change just that one graph, 4.5, to red. Okay. Equally, I can change all the peach ones to blue. Question 26. Add a title only slide. We'll do this at the end. New slide, title only. Insert a right black arrow. Insert a shape that is a right black arrow. There's lines, there's an arrow. Block arrow, sorry. Here's the block arrows. Here's a right block arrow. Doesn't matter where I draw it, just going to put it on the middle of the page. Edit the colour and the weight of the arrow to your choice. Again, if I've accidentally clicked off the arrow, click back on it, and we should get Format pop up and a set of tools. We've got the shape style, we've got the word style, and we've got the arrangement. We can change the size of it and the colour, the rotation, and the direction it's pointing. Okay, so edit the colour and weight. So let's go to Shape Fill, make it peach, Shape Outline, make it red. Make the weight of the red line a bit bigger. Okay, all done here. right pointless arrow in the middle of it. Click on it, type pointless. Again, no need to double click, no need to delete, no need to go to anywhere, just click and type. And then change the text colour to black. Again, if we click on the little line around the outside, we can do the whole thing in one go. Insert a rectangle over the arrow. So insert another shape. This time it's just going to be a rectangle. We're going to go over the top of that arrow so it disappears. We need to send the image back. Send the image back. We'll send it to the back. So again, if I accidentally click off the shape, click back on the shape, we get format. We can now send backwards and send to back. The arrow now pops up. Just going to get rid of that just so we can see it a bit better, and that so we can see it a bit better. Okay. So now we've got two shapes. Group both the arrow and the rectangle and align both to the bottom of the slide. So now, if we click on that, actually if we draw a square over the top of it, we can now, in format, group those so that it becomes one image. Okay, and it wants you to align the image to the bottom of the page. You can also align it to things like the middle, the top, the left, and the right, and the bottom middle. Question number 33. Insert a lines arrow above. Insert a lined arrow above. Change the thickness or weight to 6 points. Again, click back on the arrow, format pops up, got shape outline. There's no fill because there's no availability to fill a thin line. Weight 6 points, make it a big fat arrow. And edit the type of end. At the moment it's got a kind of like spear end, but we can go to the outline of that and we can change the arrow style, and we can go to more arrows, and that gives us a selection on the right hand side. And what we can do is the end arrow type we can change to be a big diamond. Okay, so lots of different choices there in shape outline, in the arrows, in more arrows. Right hand side pops up. We can change quite a bit of things there. The beginning, the end, and the arrow size. Question 35. Hide the arrow slide from the slideshow. Okay, so go into view. It's set to normal at the moment. If we go to slide sorter, okay, and we'll close that down so it looks a bit normal. Okay, and we can now hide that slide by clicking on it, and it's the only question that you're allowed to right click and hide slide. So in slide sorter, click on the slide, right click and hide slide. Get a little slash go through the 5. Question 37. Click on the tools that will let you use the help function. Here's the help function up here. Same as Word and Excel, in exactly the same place. Big fat question mark. Click on the tools that will let you use the help function. There it is. Minimize the ribbon. Next to it, we've got a drop down menu that allows you to auto hide the ribbon. You've also below that got a little arrow that gets rid of this. This is the ribbon. Okay, so either or either, auto hide or click on that and it will minimize the ribbon. To get that back again, we need to click on that and click on show commands and tabs. So that's how we get it away. That's how we get it back. If we get it away and we don't remember this bit, the second way you can do it is to click on any of the tabs and quickly go to the pin and pin the ribbon back on. So to get rid of it, to get it back, two ways. Save the presentation as oranges but as a PowerPoint 1907 to 2003. In other words, save the PowerPoint to your documents area. In the exam they'll ask you to go to the Z drive. The Z drive would be up here, but save it as oranges, and importantly the question that they want you to do is to save it as a 1997 to 2003 presentation. So in save as type, choose the third one down. Click OK. I won't save that one. Question number 41. Save the presentation in outline stroke RTF mode. Basically, we need you to be able to understand there's lots of choices there. Okay, there's outline, RTF. The one that they're more likely to do with PowerPoint is to save it as a JPEG. Okay, which if we go to JPEG, and I'm just going to click save here, it will ask you if you want to save all slides or just this one. What that basically does will make a photograph of each one of those slides. So if you go to File and Save As, change the Save As type as to JPEG. At this point when you click Save, it will ask you, do you want 5 pictures or just the picture of the slide that you were on? So one of the common questions is to make the second slide a photograph. So you click on the second slide, File, Save As, find the Z drive, change the type to a JPEG, click on Save and click on just this one. Okay. Question 42. Save slide 2 as a PNG. Same way. Should have read the question. PNG, just below JPEG. Same thing will apply. Add a slide transition wipe to all slides. Question number 43. Add a slide transition called wipe to all slides. Apply to all. So in transition, select the wipe, apply to all. Add a fly-in animation to the title of slide 3. Okay, I'm going to go back to view, I'm going to go back to normal mode, I'm going to go back to slide 3, I'm going to select the title, I'm going to add an animation, and that is a fly-in animation to title 3 on slide 3. Change the transition timing, question 45, for slides 1 to 4. So, sounds a bit stupid, alright, but it means on slide 1, change the transition timing to 4. So the duration is now 4. Don't click apply to all because it's just for that one. Change the setup of the slides to overhead. So change the setup of the slides to overhead, 46. So go to view, design, go to the slide size, go to custom slide size, and change the slide size to an overhead. Here you can also change the widths and the heights, portrait and landscape. Click OK. Change the view that enables quick editing. So question number 47, how do we edit the text on this really quickly? Well, it's in outline view. So in view tab, outline, and what that does allow us to do is change any of the writing really quickly. So if I wanted to, I could change the font size of all of them really quickly. I can change the writing. Images of oranges becomes pictures of oranges. If I want all the text to be yellow, okay, let's just show you the effect of that quick editing. All my slides titles now are yellow. Okay, go to the outline view. If I want all my text to be a Haroni or whatever that text is, and I want it to be black, and I want it to be bold, and I want it to be underlined, and I want it to be italics. We do that now in view outline mode. Put it back on the normal one and you can see the effect of that. Spell check. Question number 48. Review, spell check. Okay, I've spelled everything correctly. Question 49 and the last one. Set your presentation up to print so it will show the slides with the presentation notes. Okay, here are the notes at the bottom. Switch them on. Let's write something on slide 1. Let's just say, here are the notes. And then let's go to File and Print. And here in Print we can change from full page slides to notes page, and you'll see here are the notes with the slide. If we wanted a header and footer on there, if you cast your mind back, we had slides and notes and handouts, and we've got page number written on there, but we haven't got the footer switched on. So I'm just going to put Mr. Edwards into the footer of the notes, and there it pops up. It doesn't appear on the slides, okay, it's only on the notes. Okay, so when it wants you to set it up to print with notes, that's how you do it, and you'd answer the question ready to print. Okay, that's the end. 42.